Hello.
Okay, oh no, it's Membury. Hey Membury.
Yeah, it's me. How's it going, man?
Yeah, man, I'm fine. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. We are live already, by the way, so...
Oh, so I cannot curse?
I mean, you can.
No, I don't want that warning thingy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my channel striked.
Because believe me, Zeri is gonna get all the warnings for us, so I don't wanna get one warning. Hello, Natix on Natix results, no problem. Oh yeah, KM and stuff wanted to attack on border, and we go, wait, but I'm not sure, normally if we go club second map, then we go attack on club. If it's border, we also
No,
go
so
attack.
the way it works with the format we have is you're essentially playing two different best of ones. So because they're not linked, they're two separate best of ones on the same night.
Yeah, I know. We told it to KM and shit, and they said no, it's not like that because he's an admin and we believed him. So we agreed both teams on rebanning the maps, and then we came up with Clubhouse. But it's now Eclipse to answer if it's fine.
Okay. You, as far as I'm aware, you should be picking the side on Clubhouse. I will double check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we choose the side, right?
We have defense on.
Defense
Clubhouse.
on
We have attack. We have
No.
attack on club. Attack on club. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, he's bad.
Okay.
Nothing. We don't moon. Kijk bij de enemies.
I have no idea who's meant to be on whose roster, so I'm just trusting you guys to sort it out.
Like, Natix is on our roster, but we don't want him. So.
No, Natix... Moon,
I
look
want
at
to
the
win
enemies.
this game, so that's why I switch game.
Yeah, he wants to win ranked.
Moon, shut up. Look at the enemies. They got Natix, high diamond. Moon, they got Natix, high diamond on the other side, man. It's probably a tryharder. He lose one times rank, he cries.
League party.
Ah, hey Moon, grappig maat. Ik heb gezegd laat het.
Man, ik ben bijna de rest uitgepraat en jij dat niet waard.
Invite him hate.
Moon, invite him hate. Invite jongen.
Nee, Toon, bel hem en doe alsof dat je er niks van weet en zeg van kom er nog terug en zo. En dan gaat hij waarschijnlijk zeggen dat is maar een joke voor de Moon of zo. Voilà, zie dit! Al lang gefixt bij hem.
Ik was al bijna aan het wenen, hè, gast.
Man, ik had al lang gefixt bij hem, maar ja, dat weet je niet als je te laat komt, hè.
Oké, wacht, nu moet ik die party... Ja, nee, we blijven toch game chatten, dan ga je de party niet eens joinen. Ter voor mijn internet.
Waarom zit jij in die Facebookgroep van...
De sfeer is ver te zoeken. Ik hou niet van wat koude pannenkoeken.
The fuck?
Waarom zit wie wat in de Facebookgroep?
Hey, DC. Membury.
DC. Hey man.
When can we report them? Because they're too late, huh?
They've got 13 minutes to join the lobby or they're classed as late.
How many?
13. They got until 7:15.
Damn.
So they got still 4 minutes or something.
Jezus.
They've still got 12 minutes.
Shit. Don't you gewoon een champion.
Hoezo kan je inkaderen, Hest? Hoezo kan je inkaderen?
Waarom zie ik zijn his rank is not loading on my screen?
Hoezo zegt hem? Ja, Jens, kijk eens een keer.
Ja, dude.
Ja, maar je bent ook een platte mini, gast.
Hallo Karim.
Go to Twitch TV.
Hello
Kevin.
Je ligt aan hem al
Kevin, we
gewoon.
play go
Boys,
for
kom eens helemaal party chat.
Yeah, let's play go for Sunday.
Okay, easy.
Karim, where is your fifth?
I like
He's joining
big
now.
pots and I
You guys are
cannot
fucking border mains, I swear. You want to play border twice, man. What the fuck?
No,
because you
like
ban all of our maps.
me and Toon was joking around, like, he said to me you were banning all the same thing.
Yes.
And you were banning the same things, and Toon said I'm gonna ban the same things also, I wanna see what happens. And it came out to border.
Honestly, I was really worried that you guys were gonna make me cast border twice in a row, and I was like, I don't want to watch 2 games of border.
Twice in a row, man.
There's a reason it's getting removed, don't make me cast it twice.
No,
remember, can you send the link in the...
I've given Eclipse the link, so he will post it.
Why do you want to stream snipe, Karim?
Wait,
don't do it, Membury. Don't do it. It's all...
It gets me triggered.
Sin is known for... Sin is known for stream sniping.
Ooh, yes, exactly. That's an allegation live. I'm live already.
I would put the stream on private.
Yo, Membury, don't want to send it to me, just send it to Eclipse and tell him to put it in the chat.
Yeah, Eclipse has the link, so he's dealing with when to post it. That's not my problem.
Membury cast it, but don't. Never mind.
Can you come in our party, Membury?
I'm
on the blue team. Can you come in our party? And then give us calls? Oh.
How much are you gonna pay me?
Ik zou ook gaan lopen van u. $1.50, kom.
Moon, hoe zeg je afkorting?
Afkorting.
Ja. Ja, dat zeg je.
A small word, a small thing of a word, kom.
Nee, dus iemand nadenkt, zo zeg je afkorting. Man, Sin is afkorting voor streamsniping. Alsjeblieft, geen die fucking link. Nee, maar het is zo. Moon, ze zeggen zo. Ik vind die. Moon, die zeggen letterlijk nu.
Ja,
hè.
ik weet dat. Ja, ik weet dat. Ik zei dat er juist nog, gast.
Een debiele gast. Je kunt nog een beetje doen alsof dat je niet streamsnipt.
Hey, Tropic R6, please don't do us, man. Last season you're plat 1, now you're champion.
Ah, maar pang.
Operation of gold 3, gold platinum.
It's my Smurf. My main account is Andy Buck.
Ja.
Yes, Smurf, protest.
Because your main got banned for freezing.
Hey, don't do
no,
that.
my main is banned. Yeah.
Hey, no liver, 230 for a Smurf. That's high level hè, for a Smurf. High level for Smurf, hè, maat? 230?
Tim hates level.
You don't have work or you go to school?
I have work. What is cool?
Moon, welke league is het eigenlijk? Is het NBD of
Hey yo, come, let your fifth join, hè? My hands are sweating, knees weak, arms are heavy.
8 minutes en die report, hè, maat. Membury, 8 minutes en wie kan het hem?
Yeah, 8 minutes and you win by default. That is not necessarily true. Do not quote me on that.
It is necessary.
No. I'm gonna clip this that you said it.
No.
Okay. I clipped it. Thank you.
All two viewers I have will agree with you because they've seen me say it live on stream now.
Thank you. Come again. Andy.
Hey yo, kom, laat ze in vijfde joinen. Hey, dus kom, zeg het hun, kom.
Clancy is probably warming up en dingen.
Nee, Klein zit er niet eens mee.
Ik
heb dat toch gezegd, maar Klein zit er nooit mee.
Hé, dus waar is dat?
Doet hij mee? Die
zit niet in de Steam, debiel. Ja, morgen tegen
debiel.
Ja, dat is een disputed. Man, de Lando is 3 op 9.
Hey, we got 5. Okay, guys. I'm gonna ask for a tiny bit of quiet and order for a moment while I ask KM and Zeri to independently confirm their teams are ready. Because KM's
But Zeri has no rights.
Okay.
Can you wait 20 minutes because I need to eat?
20 minutes.
Can you wait 2 minutes because my pit does?
I'm joking, jongen, start, come.
Hey, let's be
We're ready, Membury.
Okay, I'm just waiting for KM.
Yeah, same, bro. Membury?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Is that KM talking? I literally can't tell.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Nice. Okay,
no, it's a prank. It was Mooplayers.
Cool. I'm gonna start, so I'm gonna get shouted at because it wasn't KM and he pranked me.
Don't. Vanaf dat die start zeg je dat je niet klaar bent, oké?
Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Ja, de customer. Ja, thank you. Ja,
Cool, so we are live with Sin Dynasty versus Locked Up. Got Border first with Sin Dynasty on attack, followed by Clubhouse with Locked Up on attack. First band coming out here from Locked Up. Thatcher band coming out. They are quite a high ranked team, they're all averaging about Plat 1 and Diamond. Now, the ban from Sin Dynasty is going to be really interesting to me because Moon Players is one of my favourite players in regards of I've seen him play a lot of Ying, Monty and Blackbeard, and it really makes it difficult to know who to ban against him. Do you ban at the Ying, which is in Dynasty have done in this case? Not surprising considering how overpowered she can be in the right hands. Now you leave Moon with a Blackbeard and the Monty, and it might seem strange seeing the Blackbeards in play, but Moon knows how to use these operators very well, and it could cause a lot of difficulties for Sin Dynasty. The K3d ban coming out, probably a reaction to the Thatcher ban potentially. Sin Dynasty here on par in terms of ranks. They have their Plat 1, so they've got the champion 149, which is very impressive. And a couple of diamonds as well. They do, however, have a gold tree, which looks like a Smurf account. Legion ban, so Mirror, Echo and Maestro all in play. So we're going to see top floor first, which isn't particularly surprising here, coming out from Locked Up. So, Locked Up actually showing the Warden, which is surprising considering the Ying ban. I'm assuming that's going to be a 6-pick. The IQ actually getting 6-picked off onto a Buck, which makes sense because there's no Valkyrie in play. The Warden's been left on, so I wonder if they're going to roam below with a couple of C4s here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Hades here is running the shotgun, so perhaps taking it for the utility. I'm a bit surprised to see the need for that, considering that Natix is also running the shotgun SMG combination. They've actually got 3 shotguns, so they've got a lot of potential to set up the site however they want to. And it is interesting seeing a mirror in play here. We've got the mirror looking through these open walls into CT, so we're seeing a bit of a fountain hold. And Hades perhaps just trying to hold down this half-wall position, which kind of makes sense I suppose, but I'm not sure how relevant that will be with the Ying ban.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
We have got Tropics. No, he is not AFK just yet. I should probably say AFC to be perfectly honest, but we'll just roll with that. 20 seconds in and the Ash is already considering going inside. Just peeking the angle already. I'm not seeing very much droning coming out here to start the round, and that is a tasty wallbang coming out there from Beast's back. Bit of an unlucky start for Pro Hard Gunner.
Bomb located by attackers.
Let's have a look at the angle this mirror has got. So the ADS setup in the box is quite interesting. She has been droned out, so the attackers know the setup here. The attackers here just trying to get some angles into sight, trying to work out this fountain setup. So they are potentially getting the wall open here. They have opened up a lot of the right-hand side wall as well, so the armory wall now fully breached, leaving Hades in a bit of a difficult position. But the attackers have control of CC. They haven't worked out very much control of Fountain or the east side, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can get a plant down here. A lot of pressure on this smoke here, as I'm not sure if he's aware of the Ash coming into sight. It doesn't look like he is. The plant is going down next to him. He's going to use the glitch spot to smoke this through the wall. It does just get stuck though, and it looks like the plant is down in time, but they've got a 4v2 situation here. Zeri getting very aggressive, and the Pulse almost gets the kill from below, but pretty convincing attack there coming out from Sin Dynasty. I like the setup from Locked Up, but I think they didn't react to the armory wall getting opened quick enough, and they gave away the control of the half wall too easily. It'll be interesting to see if they do the exact same setup again. Hades this time is taking the Valkyrie, which I think makes a lot of sense considering that I don't think he particularly got any utility out of the Warden. they're bringing the Echo this time, so it'll be interesting to see if they don't 6-pick the IQ, which is brave coming out from Sin Dynasty here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see if they do the same mirror setup. Zeri does look to be AFK. I'm not sure if he's just talking. I think he might be the captain of the team, so he's perhaps just talking about what he wants them to do. Maybe make a few changes, or he could just be AFK. One of the two, but... Be interesting to see if there's any adaptations here, or if they just change the way that they play the same setup. I think it was more of a positioning issue than a utility issue, so could easily be fixed here.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Sin Dynasty look like they really like this attack through CC. It looks fairly predictable what they want to do. They want to get control of the CC and they want to open the armory wall, so it's just going to be interesting to see if Locked Up can stop them doing the same thing again. Let's go to Viego. He's got to change for where he... Okay, so he's actually surrendered CC here, which I think, considering the mirror setup, makes a lot of sense. You can hold angles into it and cause issues without having to be in there. And he's not going to give away the early pick this time, so... Sin Dynasty actually taking a slightly different route. They've actually come in below pretty quickly and they're looking up these metal stairs. Maybe wondering if they can just bust this mountain wall open and just sneak their way up. Barbed wire does look like it's going to put them off though. It's quite a frag heavy lineup coming out here from Sin Dynasty, which makes a lot of sense on border.
Attackers have located a bomb.
You can do a lot with this obstruction here. And Beast's back does get the opening kill onto Moon, so that's Pulse gone from below. I don't know if they managed to... Yeah, it does look like they had identified he was playing below. The wall getting opened again already, only a minute and 10 seconds into the round and the wall's gone. So AD's going to be in a very difficult position here again, and he surrenders for half wall straight away. A little bit worried here seeing how quickly they're giving away the armory wall. It's going to be interesting to see if Sin Dynasty get the plant down fairly quickly. Yeah, it does look like they're planting here already, so... Oh, baiting out the C4, which is nicely done. Baiting out the smoke canister as well, and just setting up these air jabs to make it really difficult for the defenders to retake this. Yes. Oh, that's really unlucky from the smoke there. The Thermite does get killed because of that air jab, but overall it works out in Sin Dynasty's favour as they're in a 4v1 situation here as the Jaeger gets downed, and now it's just up to Zeri to try and deny it, but nah, he can't get it in time. Not working out here for Locked Up, which is surprising. I think they're just not contesting the half wall well enough, which is surprising again considering they were running the Warden to do it in the first round. I think they just need to be a little bit braver and peeking the wall when it gets opened. Let's see if Locked Up go back to the same site or if they're going to go for a different strat or a different site at this point. Yeah, they are going down to bathroom tellers. Very late picks there coming out from Locked Up. It actually looks like the alibi and the dock were an accident. Sin Dynasty looking very impressive here in the first two rounds. I expected this to be a fairly even game. From what I've seen in the league so far, I think Sin Dynasty and Team Misalignment are the teams to beat. I don't think Locked Up are that far behind. I was expecting them to come out with a little bit more oomph than they have. But then again, Border, I think it's marginally attacker favoured, but not to the point where it's going to make a difference. But this match can swing back and forth because of that. The sites are very, very different. And particularly with the bottom floor sites, they're going to be holding them all from above, which could inherently lead to very different attack strategies. And let's see if that works out more in the favour of Sin Dynasty even. Locked Up over the course of a whole game.
Seconds left. 5 seconds remaining.
So I like seeing bathroom tellers because it's always interesting that teams leave so much of the actual site unreinforced, and it really is a case of have you got the correct angles above to be able to deny the plant. my concern here is that the angles aren't actually open yet, and we're 10 seconds in, so I'm not sure if Sin Dynasty have picked up on this. I think that Locked Up are going to get away with it. Yeah, nobody picking up on the fact that the angles hadn't been open straight away, so a lot of setup still going on here for Locked Up, which is, they've gotten away with it. Again, Sin Dynasty just looking through the west end of the map by the looks of it. They like this Nomad, which is sensible on border. There's only 2 staircases to rotate up and down. It's quite easy to cut things off. Jaeger is actually roaming downstairs. He's on a horizontal roam, and there's just a couple of people left upstairs. And the castle gets the opening pick here. Let's see if the attackers can get the refrag. They haven't got it in time for the cost, so now it's just a case of trying to burn out this top floor hold. I like this a lot from Locked Up here. They've got a very strong horizontal hold downstairs, and the 2 upstairs are just holding the right positions to be able to waste time up here. The castle getting a little bit aggressive in vents. He needs to go careful. He's just been droned out, so crucial moments here as he decides whether or not to contest this. He does fall back, which I think is the correct choice because he's just up there wasting the time at the moment. Oh, and that backfires so badly for Pro Hard Gunner. That's very unlucky for him. He might be able to get the res from the dock. Doesn't look like they're anywhere near each other, so that's probably not going to work out all too well. And now all 4 members of Locked Up are downstairs, so the attackers have got control of the top floor with a minute left. They've lost quite a lot of HP in the process. I think that C4, if it had got the thermite, would have been possibly defining the round.
Attackers have located a bomb.
4v3 advantage here as Beast's back does kill Zeri. So that is the dock out of play. Hades lights up, I believe that was the Habana who falls to the 416.
Bomb has been located.
Now 37, the Echo could be crucial here with only 30 seconds left to go. They've probably got just about enough manpower to contest the drop downs into sight. It's going to be very interesting to see. There's no IQ on the board here for the attackers, and the plant is going down. And the Echo is going off, so I'm not sure that the attackers are going to be able to do anything about this. Pro Gunner is completely blind here as the plant's going down again. Are they going to get it off?
Attackers are activating the
Oh, and the diffuser does go down, but it's just for Buck here left in a 1v3 situation as the Nomad has been downed. All 3 defenders are unable to retake, and the Jaeger here gets lit up and wins the gunfight, and that is Locked Up winning their first round. And I have to say, I think that was a much better strat than their top floor strat so far. They wasted a lot of time upstairs, didn't give away any easy picks, and they just played into the time, which, when you've got an Echo on the board, so effective. We are back up to Armory Lockers here, and Locked Up are adapting, which I like. They're not relying on the same mirror strat. They are now going for what looks to be a little bit of plant denial from the Echo, mixed in with some traps in the Ella to slow things down, and also the castle barricades to slow things down. So, a lot of good adaptations in my opinion. The castle barricades are going to be difficult to get rid of with only the Buck instead of a sledge, and the Bandit with the Thatcher band here is going to stop the wall getting open quite so quickly.
Attackers need to.
So I like the ideas coming out here from Locked, but Sin Dynasty have looked very impressive on this attack so far, and I think they've got the experience to also be able to identify this kind of thing mid-round. And it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to it in return.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
everyone apart from Tropic spawning down by the valley side on the south. So again, it looks like a very much a CC take. So actually coming in east stairs here, she's coming in really aggressively. I don't know if she's actually got anyone droning for her. The barricade's just slowing down her progress here. And she does see the shield and yeah, backs off understandably. Although it does look like no one's on the shield, so if she plays this correctly, it's an easy piece of utility to get removed. And I'm wondering how Dynasty are going to cope here, because they've already used one Ash Charge on the shield and they've got 3 castle barricades to break down, so this could really slow them down if they're not careful. I doubt the Ash is going to want to melee the castle barricades off, but it might end up coming down to that if they're not careful. Zarya is literally hiding downstairs, which is possibly the correct play. Moon gets the opening kill, and that's incredibly important here for the border. The Buck does get the kill onto Moon, so it is traded off. It does look like the Buck's going to be getting the necessary angles to get this wall open. But he gets challenged from the Echo, who's just hiding downstairs, and you don't expect the roaming Echo. Echo now rotating to another corner of the map just to go and hide. And this is a really good adaptation from Locked Up in my opinion. They've taken the correct utility to prevent the attackers getting these barricades and walls open quickly. But the plant is going down, so now it's going to be interesting to see whether or not the Echo is getting ready to deny the plant again. So 2v2 situation here. This does leave the Jaeger in a bit of a tough position because he's got to try and challenge these gunfights in sight whilst the Echo denies the plant from the other side of the map. I think the Echo might actually be... He's still on his drone, so yeah, it's just for Jaeger here. Peeking around to try and kill the Nova. He gets the kill, which is absolutely crucial. Well played there from Pro Hard Gunner. Nice double kill. And we are back to 2-2, so we are seeing a bit of a swing here. An even match by the looks of it, which is very exciting. I thought we were going to see Customs then, some events, which would have been surprising. Customs does seem to be the site which has been dropped out recently. And I'm assuming we're going to see the Junkers expect. Pro Hard Gunner just obeying what to take here, just take the Bandit. I think that's understandable with the Thatcher ban. You can get the passport wall and just stop them hard breaching straight into... Oh sorry, wrong site. You can get the armory wall even and stop them rushing in top floor.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now I'm intrigued to see if they do a similar fountain setup for the mirror, or if they do the kind of default one in workshop looking into vents. It looks like there's going to be a similar setup in fountain.
Wall reinforced!
Seconds to go. 5 seconds left.
I think that Locked Up are doing a good job here of identifying the utility that's getting used. The lineup from Dynasty only has the Ash Charges to get rid of these Evil Eyes and the Castle Barricades, which is going to make it very difficult for them late round when they come to site and they find these Castle Barricades. Castle Barricade just on the vent door here. I think there's one up in 90. Not sure where the other one's been placed. It might be over by bathroom somewhere. No, I can't find. Oh, there it is. Yeah, on blue. So could slow the attackers down quite a lot towards the end of a round. It's actually going to have to be incredibly careful with her utilities. We see the Jaeger get the opening kick onto the IQ here. I'm not sure if that was a spawn peek. I'm assuming, but I think it was Pro Hard Gunner who got it. It might have been Hades actually. 2 players on site and 3 upstairs. This mirror here looks... I don't know if this Castleback is stopping her to get into where she wants to be. Swings over aggressively onto the Buck and loses the gunfight. pro hard gunner here, actually swinging round a mirror, which is interesting play as the attackers here jump into Fountain. I'm not sure if pro hard gunner is debating whether or not to, yeah, he does actually drop off here as Moon gets a kill to put him into a 3v4 situation. The attackers have got control of the top floor, but they've lost a lot of time of the process, and they've got the man disadvantage here. Oh, and the C4 there coming out. I think that was from the, yeah, it was from the Bandit getting the kill. So 2v4 situation here, and Locked Up really have made a good comeback after losing these first 2 rounds. KM there, I didn't see who he kicked off. It was the Castle. I'm not sure where that was. Down to KM and Polska here, just to try and get the round win. They have got a lot of self-destruction to play with, and a couple of flashbangs each. But they don't necessarily have the utility to actually break down these castle barricades. Although Buck does have a very good gun, I got a question not taking the sledge with the castle pick. Not sure what the drone economy here from Sin Dynasty is not looking good, as either player has no drone. Oh, that's a lovely shot there coming out from Viega. Now KM with what looks to be about 5 HP, shooting the mirror window just to get his points for the round. Fairly even scoreboard here across both teams, and the Nomad does get picked off, turning the round into a win for Locked Up, and it is a 3v2 round count at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see if we get a 3-3 split across the half. I assume we'll be going back to Bathroom Tellers. We might potentially see all 4 sites come out here from Locked Up. No, we are going back to Bathroom by the looks of it. Locked Up did look very impressive when they went to the site last time, so it'd be interesting to see if they manage to achieve it again.
Attackers need to locate and
I'm assuming that Sin Dynasty will pick up on the fact that Bathroom Tellers was their preferred second site, so I'm assuming that Sin will save a little bit of time and potentially go straight for an office take, but we'll see if Sin are able to adapt to this. Locked Up really aren't playing very many people upstairs. It only looks to be mostly the castle. I think it might have been a mute supporting him last time, although the setup is actually different operators, so I'm not sure if it was the same person upstairs or if it's just the mute supporting the castle. Again, they're taking a lot of shotguns here. They've got the castle set up, they've also got the mute and the smoke. So they've got a lot of potential to open all of these angles downstairs as needed, and all of the rotates that this strat depends on.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
And yeah, it does look like the attackers have somewhat rotated around for a bit of a mixed valley east side push, so be interesting to see if they're able to break down this top floor hold quicker. And the castle are actually getting the opening kill again. I'm not sure if it's the same person playing the castle. That is a sledge taken out, so they did actually go onto the sledge from the ash, presumably to get rid of the castle barricades, and that utility's gone straight away. So these castle barricades are going to be staying up for presumably the whole round. And Smoke does have a shield, which he's actually still got in his pocket. I'm wondering if this is just a really late setup here coming out from Locked Up. I gotta say, they're playing it really risky with this site wall open, and a minute into round still reinforcing. The Thermite gets picked off there from the castle. Sin Dynasty at the moment looking to just be struggling to get into the top floor here. Perhaps a Thatcher man making it quite difficult for them to open up this office wall, which is funneling them in through archives. It is worth noting, I suppose, the Thatcher man is making this more defender-sided, so a 4-2 split here for the attacking side might not be the end of the game for them. But having to melee these castle barricades is really wasting a lot of time, and exposing their feet as well to getting lit up. It's been pulled back to a 3v4 situation. But none of the attackers look to be droning very much, and I think, as I say, that the butt goes on the drone, but I think they're just struggling to get the intel they need to break these extended holds down from locked up. And Natix there with a triple kill. He's on for an ace at the moment. I'm just going to spectate him and see if he's playing aggressively for a while. And it does look like the castle ace is going to get stolen. As the Echo picks up one and the castle actually gets killed, so he wouldn't have got his ace anyway, but it is just Polska now. Oh, and he sees... Oh, what? I'm sure that probably scared the life out of Zeri. Back in a 1v2 situation. This is potentially winnable if he can get the kill onto Viega. He does, so he puts it into a 1v1 and the ace swings. We might see a buck ace instead of a castle ace coming out here. 15 seconds left. I don't know if he's got the intel on where the last guy is playing. He's got the diffuser and he's right next to site. But it's the Echo.
5 seconds.
Does the Echo know that the plant's going down? It looks like he's going for the kill instead of trying to knife the plant. And he does get the... He gets the wall bang to turn it into a 4v2 half or locked up. We've made an incredibly impressive comeback here. I would say the combination of the utility being left on the board for the defenders, which is the Echo, Maestro, Mira, combined with a Thatcher ban is probably making this more defender-sided than normal. Moon is bringing out a Blackbeard, so it'll be interesting to see. Last time I watched one of their games, he repelled on the sandwich window of Armory, and he picked off quite a lot of people just rotating in and out of the small office, so could do a lot of harm here if they go for an Armory plant.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, I was under the impression that Border is one of Sin Dynasty's preferred maps. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to pull this back on the defensive side. Their setup at the moment seems fairly default. They've got the band MB mute to deny the walls getting opened, but they don't have particularly much in terms of heavy utility to break down. They don't have a Mirror, they don't have a Maestro or Echo, they're not playing the 20-second meta at all in the Goyo, Castle or Wamai. It's really default here, and if Moon and his team are able to break down this armory setup by going below, putting the Blackbeard on the window, they could get a plant down fairly easily, but let's see how they approach this. Now, I'm not sure if Sin have done their research. It doesn't look like they have, as KM immediately gets lit up from Moon. He's just sat on this window, and it makes it so difficult for Sin Dynasty now, who've just got the bandit on the wall, and that's all they've got. I think we're going to see Moon just stick the spot, and KM just over-peeking with Blackbeard. Moon's having a great set game so far on 8-3. They might hear trying to get the wall open. It looks like the Zofia went below to get the batteries off the wall. And yeah, that is the wall open. So now this bandit is in a really sticky situation where he's got a Blackbeard on one side and an open wall on the other. His ADS is getting burned, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a nade here for anything. Oh, there are no nades. Rest in peace, Buck. Oh, what a shot coming out from the bandit. That is the Zofia taking off the board, so his shield might stay up here, which might give him a little bit of protection, but he does get completely blinded. A lot of pressure on this bandit here, and they finally do get him from the vertical destruction below. Now the Thermite's inside. It doesn't look like he's aware of this smoke playing in the small office here, so a lot of pressure on Tropics to deny the plant. Oh, and it's not right next to him. Double kill coming out from Zeri here. And that is why the Blackbeard is so powerful. This retake is going to be so difficult for this Mew. And it is just down to a Valkyrie. Sin Dynasty not looking strong here. It doesn't look like they are aware that Moon likes this Blackbeard spot. They could have set up their defense a lot better to deal with that castle. Sorry, that Blackbeard, I mean. I'm just thinking that they could have taken utility like a castle, maybe put it on that sandwich repel, just to buy themselves a little bit of time. We see a 5-2 here. With that said, Locked Up did lose Armory twice in a row at the start of their defense, so far we haven't seen anything coming out from Sin Dynasty which didn't happen to Locked Up. This match could completely swing on its head. But unlike Locked, Sin are already falling off of the Armory and they're going straight down to Vince as their second defense.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
As I said at the start of the match, I do find it really interesting. If, say for example, they'd banned Blackbeard and they'd watched the earlier game from Locked Up and seen that Moon plays that Blackbeard on the Armory window, I'd love to know what Moon would then do with a Monty or the Ying. Would he go back to that same window? It's extremely difficult to counter a guy who plays three of the most, not out of the meta, but unique operators.
5 seconds to position. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Polska here, who is the diamond of their team, does seem to be the top performer for Sin Dynasty so far. The Godfrey is struggling, so I'm not sure if he is an actual Godfrey. Then again, he is playing support roles. I think he might have been on the Thermite, so kind of understandable. In fact, he does have the plant down twice, so fair game to him. He's playing a different type of game here. And Natix is in sight here. Is this an early plant coming down? It's an air jab going off straight away. He's shooting the smoke of Rosa. He gets downed, I think, partly from the smoke canister, partly from the shotgun. Lots of air jabs coming off very quickly here. As this is an incredibly quick round coming out here from Locked, who have just pretty much walked into sight. And this buck is just doing so much work with the skeleton key. And Sin Dynasty here really struggling to get into this defense.
Attackers have recovered their... Attackers have dropped the bomb.
And that's a savage kill there coming out from the smoke, but he pays the price for it a little bit, perhaps with the overconfidence. Valkyrie here left in a 1v2 situation. Sees the bug, lets him up a little bit. Gets into a 1v1 situation. Now gets a ping for the Blackbeard, but misses the shots to start with. And this is a potato fest. Oh, that was painful to watch. Moon, what are you doing? No. After I've been talking about you playing Blackbeard and then we're treated to that monstrosity of a gunfight. 3-5 here, incredibly quick round coming out from Locked Up. Not working to their favour though, and I'm wondering if that was a little bit of overconfidence. I'm thinking they could have just gone for a normal take and they might have fared better from it. Moon... I was wondering if we were going to see the Blackbeard and the Monty for a moment then. I'm wondering if Monty is part of their strategy here. We do see Sin Dynasty go back to Armory, and they are taking the mirror, so I'm wondering if they're going to be doing a similar fountain setup.
Attackers need to locate as many bombs as they can. located a bomb.
I'm intrigued to see who wins the support battle in the game. Is it going to be Swipes or is it going to be Natix? Natix currently just on the 1 plant. Swipes on 2.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Tropics here, 2 and 7. I don't mean to be toxic, but the highest ranked player in the team doing the worst at the moment, which is perhaps a little bit surprising to see. And it looks like we're going to see the same thing come out from Locked Up here. Oh, and the run. Well, if you want to know how to counter a Blackbeard, that's how you do it. He does get the trade though, so. 4v4 situation, but it's going to be a more default strategy coming out here now that the Blackbeard's been removed. Hades looks a little bit thrown off by that. I'm wondering if they're just debating what to do now that they've lost for Blackbeard. As far as I'm aware, KM and Zeri are the IGLs of their teams. They're the captains in the Discord, so I'm not sure if that necessarily reflects onto them being IGL, but I wonder if KM here is just shouting instructions. And the bandit here, I don't know if he sees the guy on his drones right next to him. If he's patient here, this guy coming off the drone is going to get a bit of a shock.
Angle located.
Just waiting to see if his bandit plays his patient or not.
Defender has left the area of operation.
Oh my days, he ran out and didn't see the guy on the drone, but he gets the guy on the rappel. He does come into a gunfight with a buck below and he gets traded off, so a little bit over aggressive, and the thermite there oblivious to what was going on around him, just on cams the entire time. They have got the wall open here, so we've got the potential to get the plant down. There's no smoke in place, so this Valkyrie going to have to try and use her C4 to deny the plant. Valkyrie's so lit up already and she's getting pushed back further and further into sight here. C4 coming out, which misses, which is their plant are now gone now. Plant's going down by half wall, but Valkyrie must hit it surely. And Zeri taking up the spot that the Blackbeard would have been on, and now he's in such a powerful position, but he falls off it. Oh, he actually goes below. Okay, so even more powerful position potentially. Mira here swings around, gets the first kill. In a 1v2 situation, if she can get this one kill outside onto the CT balcony, then... And she does! It's a 1v1 pit situation, but the vertical play is going to make it incredibly difficult for her, and the Buck cleaning things up. I think he might have actually baited it. He went all the way through metal. And Amira, who's too busy looking down the vertical destruction, it just baited into not looking at the correct angle. Match point here for Locked Up, and they've had a very impressive showing so far. Back to Armory here with the mirror setup again. Moon typing in the pre-match lobby here, just saying, why are you copying our strat? The 6-pick onto the Blackbeard, I'm wondering if that's a little bit of discussion which has gone forward, and they're just going to place an air jab down on that Archives run out. Could be the final round here, if the Blackbeard's able to do the same damage he did the first time they did this attack. Locked Up really have got momentum rolling for them. They lost 2 rounds in a row and they've won 6 out of the next 7. So very, very impressive showing from them in not getting down from the first 2 rounds and really keeping the mentality up. Let's see, this match isn't over for Sin. They could win this round and then they could go on to win the next few, and we've seen already that the Thatcher ban can make this defender side. I think they just need to play into the utility matter a little bit more and just put castle barricades in the right places and evil eyes and give themselves a little bit of utility just to slow down the attackers who are taking quite a lot of map control very quickly. That is a battle cam. Incredibly far away there. It's quite a nice cam if it hadn't got spotted. And yeah, the jab is going down to stop the archives run out, so... I think it's Jaeger who's on this window. No, it's the Vigil, I think it was, who was on the window debating. He must have heard the air jab, so Moon has got full reign over this rappel. And that is incredibly good intel there. I don't know if they had a drone on that spot, but to know that there was a guy playing underneath the window to try and counter him, it's just incredible game sense there coming out from locked up. There's no one in Armory. The Valkyrie here is in a crucial position. She needs to try and hold down this wall, which is getting open next to her. And again, this Thermite just on the drone, sat outside of the wall. The Valk does punish the Thermite for that this time. It's not a good spot from the Thermite. He really needs to reconsider where he's droning. It is 2-2 on the plants between the support players, so it looks like this could go down to Fragso here in the final round as it goes into a 4v3 situation. Diffuser still down outside of a wall. It does go back into 3v3. KM there with the kill onto Zeri. Very hard gunner here, just picking off the Jaeger. The Mirror's in sight on her own, and it does look like the attackers have got half wall control. They've got sandwich repel control. Hydra doing what he can with the impact grenade to try and open up the angle with my plant, but the Mirror does get down. It's KM here in a 1v3 situation to keep this match going. He potatoes some of the shots. He does have a Mirror window giving him the intel. I don't know if the Mirror window has popped, but that is the end of the game. It is 7-3 and a convincing win here for Locked Up. Tropics had actually left the game here, so I don't know if he'll be coming back for a second map. Let's hope so.
Gewoon normaal zegt hem, dat is hier al.
GG.
Good half, guys. Well played.
GG, guys.
Boys. Teach me,
Kevin.
Oh, you're back.
Where is KM?
You're champ. Why you need teach? You got champ this season.
Membury.
Hello.
Who was
Membury.
I can't remember off the top of my head who the bandit was, but that was incredible game sense from you to work out that they were going to counter you with it.
Yo, man, I got countered like that many times too, man.
Yeah. I said at the start of a map, I was like, I know that you play the Blackbeard on that rappel.
1 to second to last round.
Moon, the only thing I am going to say, we need to have a chat about that round in Vents where you potatoed all of your shots of the Blackbeard.
We don't.
Man, I thought like the Amares put line, going to one line, hipfire, yes. And,
it was. I caught that entire gunfight and it was disgusting. It was not. Both of you potatoed so many shots. Honestly, if any PC players are watching this back, they're going to be like, PS4? Like, why?
Hello? Is this a game?
I'm not worried about any MK in this match. There's no MK going on here. Oh my god.
Is it a plat player?
Yeah.
Remember, imagine going 1 on 5 and in attack 11 on 7.
You got some really nice kills as well going into Vents, but Sin Dynasty don't look to be very chatty at the moment, so I'm just going to ask him about.
This is a Tropic.
They switched accounts, I'm sure. Now the real Tropic is gonna be playing.
Yeah, they are working together.
Guys, Membury don't start. Membury don't start. Tropic, can you talk, please? Yeah, they switched account. Tropic needs to talk.
I don't think they're going to be coming into game chat, which is fair enough on their part. I have swapped the sides in the settings, so are you guys fine to start?
Yeah, but they need to say they're ready too.
They've typed in the match lobby that they're ready to start, so I'm just going to go by that. So okay. I'm going to start the second map. So good luck, guys. Have fun.
GG boys.
Is a real Tropic playing now?
Talking.
So we're on to Clubhouse here. Sin Dynasty have swapped onto the defense, and Locked Up will be attacking Clubhouse first. We've seen a lot of heated banter coming out there in the halftime break between Locked Up and Tropics, who did rage quit at the end of that last match. First ban here coming out from Sin Dynasty, banning out the Maverick, which is incredibly standard on Clubhouse. It's actually the weakness of being on defense is that you have to be the team to ban out that Maverick if you're not comfortable with it. The attackers do get the advantage of being able to ban something a little bit more flexible. Thatcher ban here coming out. Maverick Thatcher is going to be very interesting. A lot of the community seems to have forgotten Makali is an option. They just haven't taken to her. So we'll most likely see Ash, IQ, Buck, Sophia all going below the wall to get the batteries and jam us off. Kaid could be particularly strong here for bottom floor as well, unless he gets banned out. The Legion ban coming out from Locked Up again. I've noticed across quite a lot of their games that they like banning out this Legion. I don't know if it's because they like pushing into site quickly occasionally, but it does leave a lot of utility in the board. You've got the Echo, Maestro, Mira combination potentially in play again here. I'd be surprised if we didn't see at least an Echo or Mira ban. Yeah, we do see the Echo, so fairly standard here coming out from Sin Dynasty. I am a little bit surprised how that last map went. Having seen these two in the league so far, I do think they're potential contenders for top 3, maybe top 4 spots. So I did wonder if Sin Dynasty were going to be top 2, because so far in the league we've seen Sin Dynasty and Team Misalignment getting wins, taking them up to about 12 points each. It's going to be interesting to see if Locked Up actually catch up and potentially challenge Sin Dynasty for that second spot. Team Misalignment I think so far are on 3 wins in a row, so I think they are ahead on 18 points. And Gym Bedroom coming out here first. They've shown the castle, which may give us away a little bit. Or Overkite potentially makes it look like bottom floor. And having discussed Moon in the last map and talking about how he plays Blackbeard, Ying, we're now going to see him go on to his third operator, which is the Monty. And again, I'm just assuming that Sin Dynasty don't know about his preferences, because having watched a couple of his games, I don't think I've seen him play anything other than Ying, Blackbeard, Monty and IQ. So the logistics mirror setup here, and I think the jacuzzi wall's actually being left soft. Pretty standard castle barricade here. Nothing actually protecting at the moment, so... Well, having said that, they haven't actually got an Asher or Zofia.
5 seconds.
The sledge here could potentially just nade it, but it's a bit of a waste of a grenade.
Attackers are moving out.
Double hard breach coming out from Locked Up makes perfect sense. Locked Up really don't have a stereotypical fragging role in this lineup. They've got the Monty, which is presumably going to be there at the first hit the door, but he's not taking a rifle or anything like that, so it's going to be quite difficult for them to get the opening kills unless their hard breach players are contributing. Perhaps it's Nomad here. Not the best gun for entry fragging, but she's potentially the one with the quickest utility to set down. And we are just seeing the Vigil here holding cash. Moon already in cash, putting pressure on this Vigil. The Vigil backing off, which I'm not sure is the play, but Monty's not necessarily doing any harm to him here. But potentially just gaining cash control out of this. He does, he just gains cash control like that. This utility reinforcements and bandit batteries are going to waste because they're afraid of this Monty. That's a huge amount of map control.
Attackers have located a bomb.
The Vigil has pinned himself in a corner here. Although, explosive couple of entry kills there from the Vigil, dropping the hatch by the looks of it, and I'm not sure whether Mira got the kill, but that is a bit of a shock having seen how much map control they just gave off, and they are playing extremely tight in sight here, so Looking like a fairly solid defense coming out here on the first round. I do wonder if this lineup from Locked Up just doesn't have enough of an entry fragment. They've got the Monty walking in, but there's no one like an Ash or Zofia alongside him just to try and make use of the intel and open the wall on red stairs or something like that. Just get the opening kill onto that Vigil.
Stay behind me.
That's a poorly placed ADS there, she's able to shoot it, although potentially baiting out the peek there from Jaeger, but Jaeger here making full use of his mirror window, but he does get lit up and naded, so again that ADS should have been placed better. Down to a 3v4 situation here as they are just charging their way through. And this is a good turn of events here for the attacking team as they use this Monty just to get... Oh no, Mira just completely oblivious to a Monty staring at her in logistics. The attackers have turned this into a 3v2 situation. C4 just doing nothing against this Monty, and we're seeing the castle in the 1v3 situation with this Monty just sat on. Incredibly difficult retake, and he's Monty'd himself out of sight. He's gonna have to try and rotate. He's got the mirror window, but he doesn't use it against the sledge. And a very strong start there coming out from Sin Dynasty, and I hesitate to call it a throw, but they really shouldn't have let the team barge through the logistics in the way they did. It was a poorly placed ADS, and then it was a couple of bits over peeking, punishment from Locked Up using the nade just to get the kill on that Jaeger. And before you know it, they just lost logistics control. We are seeing Sin Dynasty here go back to Gym Bedroom, and we are seeing the Ying and Monty, so I'm assuming that the Ying is going to do a lot more in terms of entering into... Oh no, it's being 6-picked off, never mind. Ooh, maybe they're not... Yeah, they are, okay. I have to wonder if that round is going to get to Sin Dynasty's head a little bit, having just lost a 2-0 lead to a 7-3 on border. And now that first round you get the opening couple of kills and then you lose a 5v3 situation, and I just wonder what's going through their head right now. I just wonder how they're feeling. Different mirror setup coming out here, so a couple of adaptations coming out, reinforcing the other side of the statistics wall, which is quite interesting. They need to fix that ADS placement if they want to be a hold in this mirror. And even then, I'm assuming that Locked Up are going to pick up and just go up and open the hatch and just nade into this spot. It really wouldn't be that difficult to clear out with a couple of stun grenades and a well-placed frag grenade. So the entire red stairs wall here being reinforced, so it's a full-on catch hold for Sin Dynasty. The castle getting lit up, I think that might have been... He's really, really risking it here, setting up his castle barricade 10 seconds into a round. I'm intrigued to see, so Ivana not able to get any of his cache wall open on the red stairs side. I wonder if she's going to try and open up some of the... No, she looks like she's gone below, so Moon here is just going to walk straight into cache again. And this is a huge section of map control that Sin Dynasty are losing within 30 seconds of a round, effectively. And Ivana gets the opening kill there. She has reached the external construction wall, which is incredibly useful for opening some of these angles.
A bomb has been located.
And now Sin Dynasty in the 4v5 situation, but now they lost this round, they lost this objective last time in a 5v3. So now being in a 4v5, it's going to be an incredibly difficult attempt to hold it. The Havana's used all of her pellets now, but it hasn't made a clean breach, which could hold them back a little bit. But this logistics hatch just getting opened here, pretty much as I expected. And Moon is all the way in sight, in the bathroom, putting pressure onto this mirror, who just doesn't look like Sin Dynasty are comfortable dealing with this Monty at all. Their players are just running away from him and just getting picked off by people around.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
And it's for Jaeger in a 1v4 situation here. The plant is going down for the remote gunner. He injures the thermite and gets the kill. Oh, and a tasty shot there over the top of the mirror window. Now the diffuser is down, but Monty is out of the way, so this is just two straight up normal gunfights here, which he could potentially win. In a bit of an unenviable situation, having to retake back into sight though. And Pro Hard Gunner cleaning around up here. It's 2 rounds in a row for Sin Dynasty on Clubhouse Attack. For Locked Up, sorry. And although they aren't running the Ash Sophia, they are just getting these frags off, and they really do look quite impressive so far. With that said, Locked Up lost 2 rounds in a row and then went on to win Border, so this could be a very much different game over the course of the next remaining 10 rounds. Because we do see Sin Dynasty go on to the defensive CCTV here instead. Same lineup coming out here from Locked Up. It doesn't have any operator who can go below the wall to get those batteries off, so we're going to have to try and nade it, presumably from the window. Or I don't see them getting the walls open here. I suppose they're going to potentially rely on this Monty to walk in through garage, so maybe Sin Dynasty counter that.
Attackers.
And again, Sin Dynasty really aren't playing any of the 20-second map. They've got a single shield. They're not running the Maestro. And with the lineup that Locked Up are taking, they would have a lot of difficulties getting rid of some of this utility. So I'm surprised to see no shield on Rafters coming out to try and stop the Monty push. Even Evil Eyes or potentially Goyo shields up in the Rafters here could really slow down Monty.
10 seconds remaining.
It looks like a fairly decent hold so far, so they've reinforced the 4 garage walls and the Rafters wall. I'm not sure where they've used their final reinforcement. This external wall of construction here has been left soft. And Jaeger does actually have a spare reinforcement, so he's getting the middle road. Okay, so a late setup here coming out. I don't think it's going to be punched too much, as I don't think Locked Up are the kind of team to rush in a 2-up situation. This Monty just sneaking up on this Kaid. Kaid is aware. Okay, so I was getting worried for a moment then. I think that might have been a bait coming out, trying to get the Monty to walk too close to him and drop a shield. And Monty getting sort of pressured, but again, just getting this map control, and Kaid immediately falling out. I'm not sure if Monty here is just trying to get the batteries off the wall. He does survive the C4 thrown at him, he takes a little bit of damage for it. Thermite here. There are nades coming in through the window, so the wall is getting open here from Locked Up, and they're just picking up people through the CC window. This is incredibly well coordinated from them. And now Monty inside, 2v5 situation, both defenders set on red stairs, they're really struggling to get any map control back. And 1v5 situation as the bandit as well gets picked off, and I think that was a flawless round there coming out from Locked Up, who are looking absolutely terrifying on this Clubhouse Attack. Dealing with the Thatcher ban very well, just to nade the batteries off the wall. Just getting so much map control coming out from this combination of the solo Monty push followed up by players just holding angles on rotates. Sin Dynasty here barely picking their operators in time. I think they might be losing their heads a little bit. I'm hoping we see them get a little bit back into this. I'm sure they wish right now that they could 6-pick onto the Oryx, but that's not in play just yet. Tough game here coming out from Sin Dynasty. We've only got 5 kills across 3 rounds so far.
And defuse bombs.
They haven't gone bottom floor yet, so it'll be intriguing to see if they can set up here to defend against this Monty push. I wonder if they might be kicking themselves after this, looking back and seeing Moon's playstyle. I wonder if they should have just banned this Monty out. I'm not sure if they're comfortable leaving the Maverick in play. But they really did restrict them in terms of their potential to deny the playstyle of Locked Up.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds insertion.
A lot of Sin Dynasty setups here have looked fairly complicated and long to set up, so I wonder if they're just struggling to get into the right positions in time. Spawn peek here, coming out from Doc, who gets a single shot onto Thermite, but doesn't quite achieve what he was looking to do. We have got the Vigil roaming top floor, so they've got potential to waste a lot of time up here. Locked Up don't potentially have the operators to clear out this Vigil, but they do have the potential just to set up the air jabs and deny him his route back to site. So if they know how to set up the routes properly, they could just deny this Vigil by just holding his flanks on the staircases.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Very early dirt push coming out here from the Monty. And this castle barricade, I think, went down just in time to stop them getting into sight. There's nothing stopping them getting this castle barricade off though. And Moon again, just going to get himself into an awkward position for the defenders. Jaeger is inside, so I think it's just for Vigil roaming at the moment. Bandit is flanking his way up main stairs. I think there's an air jab here, just watching. I think it's in the kitchen hallway, so I think he's about to get yeeted across the floor, and he's got someone holding his angle again. So little room to work with here for Sin Dynasty. Monty is incredibly lit. A smoke canister right now would do him a lot of harm, but they aren't running the smoke, so no real Monty counter in play here. Moon gets the kill onto the dog. Varna down with the diffuser inside, so kills coming out here from both sides, evening up into a 3v2, now a 2v3 situation. Just KM and Polska here. It's actually the Vigil is all the way off site, so the castle's in a really awkward 1v3 situation here inside us. The Nomad is getting the plant down for the third round out of 4. The castle has been identified here. He does look to... He's injured the IQ, so he's put it into a 2v2 situation. We're really interested to see if this Nomad can hold off around the Monty. Oh, and the knife, no! Knife misses. She does actually down us. It's a 1v1 situation here. And now it's Polska just trying to... He's got no impact grenades left, and the Monty's on barely any HP, but he's not going to have time to do it. I don't think he even knows where the diffuser is. No, he doesn't know where the diffuser is, and the time is gone. 4th round in a row here is... The Vigil does down the final attacker, but the time runs out and the bomb does get disarmed. 4-0 here for Locked Up. Sin Dynasty getting a lot more kills that round, but to no avail with the Monty just supporting the push into sight and the plant going down. Natix here is having all of his plants stolen by Pro Hard Gunner. Sin Dynasty here, going back to bottom floor, and at this point I think they've just got to try and take Monty counters. You gotta bring the smoke, which they have done. The Legion's banned, so it makes it a little bit difficult, but you've got to run potentially an Ella just to get him to drop the shield as he comes in through doors. And actually the Echo ban as well is really working against him, as they can't blast him with the Yokais. So there's literally only the Smoke and Ella that I can think of off the top of my head to counter this Monty. The castle potentially is going to slow it down a little bit with the sledge in play. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'd love to be inside the Sin Dynasty comp right now and hear what's going on. Hear if they're still discussing, still hopeful. They're doing some nice setups still, so I'm sure they've got a few ideas going on, but I just wonder... Some of the operators that Moon's playing is incredibly tilting to play against. You've got the Blackbeard to start with, followed up by the Monty 4 times in a row, and I just wonder if that's going to get to them.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Lovely aim there coming out from the Thermite. AD is just sat on his drone. Maybe just discussing a little bit of what to do for the round. Very quick entry from Hibana here, and I'm not sure if the dirt tunnel's getting opened already. There's no one actually impact tracking this kitchen hatch. Oh no, the castle does look to be getting there just about in time. And he doesn't get the impact trick. Oh, he gets the majority of it, so some of the floor actually opened up by the Hibana pallet, which was a little bit strange to see. And it looks like he's got 2 out of 3 of the Hibana pallets. His hatch does look like it's going to get opened. Now he's playing very awkwardly underneath this hatch, just trying to avoid some of the angles whilst moving around quickly. And Locked Up just getting this kitchen dirt tunnel push to work for them, with the first nade coming out to get the kill onto the Jaeger, who needs to worry about his nades. Nice angle there coming out from the smoke, but not getting any real damage onto any of the attackers. I love the patience here from Locked Up. They've got so much map control, but they're not just rushing it, they are still checking their drones. It's a 2v3 situation here as the attackers do look to be in sight. Oh no, it's just for Monty inside, so actually they've lost the guy who had the diffuser. Oh, and the air jab absolutely crucial there. Actually, jumping the castle back into the bar, which might save him. Actually no, he overpeaks it. And we are seeing him here. 1v3 situation against a Monty.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
I'm sure he's got flashbacks from last round here. But Monty just keeping him out of sight. He does know that there's a rotate there. And Moon playing it extremely risky with that shield drop. He's going around trying to snipe a plant. Doesn't look like he's going to get it, so he's inside. He does light up the Nomad and he sees the thermite, doesn't get any shots off on him. And it is 5-0 here for Locked Up. Pro Hard Gunner, I think, got another plant down that round. On 7-1, he's playing exceedingly well as well. And Natix, having gone from being on 0 kills, got 2 in that round, so having a very big impact on that. I'm wondering if we're going to see a 7-0 here, as I haven't seen anything to make me think that Sin Dynasty are going to get a defense round. But Cap can, potentially another way of countering the Monty. Not necessarily what I expected to see, but I can understand if they do decide to stick this. I am really surprised here to see Sin Dynasty not just throwing out Ella, Capcan, Smoke, anything they can do to get an early kill on this Monty just to try and get rid of him. The double shield setup coming out from Locked Up just to make matters even worse.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Tropics here, looking tired out from the game so far. Not surprised after going up 2 rounds in a row, coming back, losing 7 out of the next 8 rounds, and then losing 5 in a row. They have effectively lost 12 of the last 13 rounds, which I can imagine takes a toll on your mood throughout the entire match.
5 seconds remaining.
This is a really interesting lineup here from Locked Up. It's very distinctive with the Monty Nomad combination. The Sledge as well, just bringing those nades to try and get some of the utility. It's very well thought out, and I really like the idea behind it. I'm trying not to overpraise either team, but it's difficult in a situation like this where you see one team just playing a very distinctive style, knowing what they want to do, and then another team who just don't seem to have done their homework and don't seem to know what the other team likes doing, or have a game plan or how to deal with it. And the Blitz gets the opening kill here. And we're straight into a 5v3 situation here.
Attackers dropped it.
3v4 turns to a 3v3. The Castle are getting a good couple of kills. Tropics does get traded off, so 2v2 situation. This is winnable for the defense if they're able to play this correctly, but it is down to a 1v2. Pulse here, quite a long way off site. He's about to get jumped through the wall. Sees the other air jab, but doesn't bother dealing with it. And Pro Hard Gunner getting down his 5th plant out of 6 rounds. Oh, and the Habana there just sees the pulse, but neither of them quite taking the gunfight. Pulse could get a kill onto his Nomad. He's quite patient about taking the gunfight, but UMP really not a gun that you want to be dealing with. He does get the headshots, so fair game to him on this. He's in a 1v1 situation. 2 out of the 3 air jabs are in useless positions. He sees the red dot here, so he could pre-fire the spot here, and he just doesn't pre-fire at the right head height in. Zeri cleaning it up for a 6-kill sweep on this attacking round for Locked Up. I gotta say, this is one of the most surprising results I've seen. I really did think the Sin Dynasty coming into this match were an equal match for Locked Up, and I'm surprised to see that Border went the way it did, and now Clubhouse is looking even worse for them. And I wonder at this point if they're just copying strats. Crucially, not taking the Nomad. But we'll see if they have a multiplayer who can do as much harm. And we're going to CC first. Fairly default setup here coming out from Locked Up. Here, I'll just bring in the castles and the maestros, so the Zofia Ash will have a bit of work to do getting rid of the utility. I imagine we'll see the same thing where the Kaid will be electrocloring the garage wall just to stop them opening that up.
Bombs from being defused by attackers.
It's worth noting, I would say, the Maverick Thatcher map is incredibly defender-sided. Especially when you consider that Mira, Maestro, Kaid are all still in play. So a 6-0 sweep here, really surprising under the circumstances.
Bomb located by attackers.
Now I had scheduled for this match to go on until 9 o'clock, and it's 20 past 8 at the moment, which I think says a lot about how one-sided this has been.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Scoreboard reflecting what's been happening so far.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Tryhard Gunner, it's no longer the top fragger. Zeri actually has picked up that mantle, but Hades is close behind as well, and none of the Locked Up players going negative at the moment. So let's focus on the Monty. Let's see if Polska can live up to the challenge that's been set here from Locked Up. And I'm going to go out and say that he's a little bit more awkward so far, but does get the opening kill, so fair game to him. That was a nice shot there coming out. And 5v3 situation here, so this match is just demonstrating the power of Monty on Clubhouse here. The match is completely swinging. 2v4 situation here. And C4 doesn't get any kill here, so it's a 2v3. Just for Castle and Kaid, not two very particularly good guns. Gets down on a kill onto the Zofia, so now we're in a 1v2 situation here with the Castle below, trying to deny the plant. It doesn't have any intel. Surprising considering they were bringing the Maestro. I'm not sure if the Evilize was set up inside correctly. Lights up the Monty, but Monty just sat on it, making life awkward. He gets the kill somehow. I'm not sure what the Monty was doing there, so now 1v1 situation here to see if we're going to get a 7-0. Nexix here, looks like he knows where the IQ is, he just needs to go out and swing on it. But I think he's going to go back and bait the plant, so he could potentially long arm this through the wall. Now the pressure's on the IQ to time this correctly. I don't know if she's going to get there in time. She's going to... Oh no. 7. Sin Dynasty, understandably, leaving pretty quickly. Fair game's Locked Up, incredibly good performance from them. Must be tough to take for Sin Dynasty here.